I think they're much less bureaucratic. They don't have the same, sort of like organizational structure. They're much more fluid. People tend to have more than one role in an organization. So you might be the FD, but you might also have responsibility for some of the social media, or, there's not such a thing as one role within an organization. You'll typically be doing a couple of other roles as well. So, and that doesn't happen in the private sector. And I'm a great one in advocating that these barriers should be broken down, and people should know that it's tough in the private sector as well. It's tough in the, I mean, you still got in the private sector, in my role, lots of misogyny, glass ceilings, didn't matter that, that wasn't meant to happen, and all the rest of it. I mean, it did. Really, really long hours. Yeah, the HR policies and procedures weren't always followed to the letter. I tend to think generally that in the third sector, there's more care and appreciation of other people. And I think that's because you're all working for the benefit of your service end users, or whoever is using the services of your charities. So that's your end goal. It's not to make lots of money so as you get a big bonus, or impress your boss by staying really, really late because you'll get a promotion, or, and that all becomes a little bit faceless. And you go home at the end of the month and all you can see is your pay packet. In the third sector, you do work the long hours, but you go home and you think, I helped that person, or I improved that person's life, or I, got a woman who was being abused in, therapy, and that makes you feel good. And I don't think you get that same feel good factor certainly in the private sector. Yeah, but I think there's an awful lot more, to use a colloquial, high fives, I think, in the third sector than there are in the private sector, unless you're completely and utterly motivated by money.